I, 29F, discovered my husband, 31M, is trying to destroy me financially and mentally. We have been married for 5 years and have a son together who is about 3 years old. I know this sounds like a cliche, but he had been sweet and kind. Lately though, he seems distant and argues about life. COVID lockdowns really did damage his mindset more than mine, but he had been already distant since last summer. I wanted to discuss with him about what's wrong and work this out, but today, I found a disturbing post on Quora. His laptop was left open and showed the post. I know it was from him because he uses mine and son's full names. In that post, he was bragging about him cheating on me for a 20-year-old female, beginning at the start of 2019. He says that even if I caught him cheating, I would have little choice but to stay for the sake of family. And in the off chance, or so he thought, that I force a divorce, he could take my son away forever and I would never see him again, but still be responsible for alimony and child support. Since I have a higher paying job, he figures he can get rich off of me. I was immediately shocked and I seriously don't know what to do. I fear that I may never see my son again if I file for divorce, but at the same time, I can't trust this man anymore and my son could be mentally affected by all of this. What should I do? Take a picture of the post and go straight to a lawyer. Can't take your son completely away from you, despite what he claims. Check out Pro Revenge and Pro Divorce for better advice, but spend a few months pretending everything is great. Smile, nod, put out if you have to, sorry, but give him no clues. Keep it in mind that no matter how great he seems during this time, he is the man who wrote that post and does not love you. During those months, go through his phone, go through his computer, hire a pie. Save everything. Every post, every embarrassing picture. Go to consultations with a handful of the best divorce attorneys in town. I cannot give you legal advice, but I have heard a rumor they can't take his half of the case if they have done a consultation with you. Have your direct deposit moved into a new account and absolutely, viciously blindside him. Take your time, do it slowly. Become the vengeful bitch he deserves. There may be other things you can do to make the proceedings go more your way, like taking a temporary leave from your job. Hit him twice as hard as he would hit you. Do not visit all the best lawyers to prevent him using them. That will get you in huge trouble with the judge, as it's a known tactic of vindictive exes. Go for the best first, and when you find the one that works best for you, stop shopping around. You don't want the judge to think you're in bad faith. Screenshot the posts and lawyer up. You and your child do not need that kind of horrible person in your life. Take screenshots of the post and store them securely, then prepare a good exit strategy, keeping discretion in mind until you're ready to act openly. Check the facts, as he might be just farming internet points or whatever Quora gives you, but assume the worst. Frown. If this is the worst case scenario, lawyer up and don't let him even think he might succeed with those ill plans of his. Also, use multiple secure storage places for the evidence. Get it on a flash drive and hand it to your divorce lawyer. Make several copies with several flash drives and keep them in a safety deposit box at a bank with only your name on it, or keep it with a trusted family member. Don't give him any indication of what you're planning, because I feel like it wouldn't be safe for you, and in the meantime, try and gather further evidence when it is safe to do so. Have a plan to evacuate if you need to, and maybe let a trusted friend or family member know in case you need them to protect or support you. Screenshot the posts and get a divorce lawyer ASAP. Deleted. How do I, 27 meters, support my brother 29 meters, and his marriage after his fiancé 27F cheated during her bachelorette party? I'll try to keep this as brief as possible, and for anonymity I will refer to my brother as Jack and his fiancé as Jill. My brother Jack and his fiancé Jill have been together for about 4 years and engaged since early 2019. I really liked them together and felt that Jill was the first marriage material girlfriend that my brother dated. The wedding was planned for earlier this year but was cancelled indefinitely after it was discovered that Jill Jill cheated during her bachelorette trip 5 months before the wedding. She had no intention of ever telling him, but he found out when he saw a text from a friend of hers that was on the trip. The text basically said, "I don't know how I can stand up in front of your families and give a toast after what happened." After a few days of trickle truths and arguing, it came out that Jill had sex with someone while drunk. Jack was devastated and called off the wedding immediately. They broke up, and about a month later Jack was in a new city with a new job. This seemed like the best possible scenario since he was away from her and had new things to keep his mind busy. Well, it lasted all of a few weeks, and slowly Jill was getting back into his life. Now, a little over a year after the incident, she has moved in with him in his new city, and just last week they became re-engaged. What? Exclamation mark. I have absolutely no respect for Jill or any cheater for that matter, and I don't understand how Jack can see past what she did. There is no excuse for cheating, and to do it during a bachelorette party shows you have no respect for your partner or potential marriage. The first time I saw Jill after she cheated, which was at a family holiday only 2 months later, I was a little nasty and got scolded by Jack and my mother. From that point forward, I have basically given Jill the grey rock treatment. I don't engage with her unless she says something first, and when I do talk to her, my answers are short. I assumed that they were doomed to fail and I would just have to put up with her until Jack finally came to his senses. Now that they are re-engaged, it looks like I am going to have to put up with Jill longer than I expected, and I'm not sure I can keep up the grey rock routine. There's only so many years left in me before I snap and say, "Hey, remember when you fucked that guy?" My question is, how can I be supportive of my brother and his marriage when I have no respect for his partner whatsoever? Yeah, I'd be an asshole and ask when's the second bachelorette trip in front of everybody. You might want to ask if a personal GPS for her is out of the question for a wedding gift. This marriage will end in disaster. Yep, I got $20 that says she goes out, gets drunk and bangs another dude within the first 2 years of marriage. Tell your brother to get a prenuptial agreement. Ask him when's the next bachelorette party. I think, for the most part, you're totally in the right for how you feel about Jill and what she did. At a certain point though, I think you will need to examine where the line is where your hatred of Jill begins to hurt your brother. You obviously despise her, I probably would too, and the pain she caused to your brother and family. However, life is messy and some couples sometimes reconcile, even after infidelity. If they stay together and their marriage is successful, at some point your hatred will be the thing hurting your brother as much as or more. If the pain fades over time, then Jill's cheating. Focus your energy on being there for your brother, rather than hating her. Grey rock for now, but keep an eye out for your brother's best interests, since he's the one you want to support. If, down the line, he decides he made a mistake getting back together with her, you can be the one to embolden him. However, if he really forgives her, it will be up to you to try to as well. If you're close with your brother, you may also want to talk to him honestly about what's going through his head right now. I'm sure he's confused, but there may also be layers to the story you don't know. Nothing that would justify the cheating, but perhaps something that would justify the forgiveness. My 20F boyfriend, 20M, sulks every time he didn't get sex with me. We have been together for almost a year and lately, we have been intimate with each other. But the thing is, I'm not ready for sex. He always asks me to do it with him. It puts a lot of pressure on me. Whenever I said no, he will get moody. I don't know what's wrong with him, or maybe I'm the one wrong here. What should I do? I have tried talk to him, but he will change the topic. Exclamation mark. Update. Exclamation mark. I don't know, this will blow up. Let me clear things first. Crying face. First of all, we are Indians and sex before marriage is a taboo. We already had sex many times before, but rumors spread around about us, so it left me a trauma. Maybe I'm just paranoid of getting caught, and he understand that. He said he didn't want to break up because of this, but he still wants to have sex. Maybe I'm still having the anxiety. He finds sexual intimacy important in a relationship. That's normal and healthy. By no means does that mean you have to provide. Him feeling negative is a fair reaction to being sexually rejected. It would take more information to determine if he is being purposely sulky to manipulate you, or if he's just sexually frustrated. If you don't wanna have sex, you have to be open about it and talk to him seriously. Sex is an important part of intimacy, relationship. So you and him have to figure out if that is a deal breaker. It's okay that you don't wanna have sex, but it's also okay that he does. So maybe both of you are not compatible. In seeing this before, the guy will usually get worse as time goes on and more emotionally manipulative. He will blame you for not giving him sex and blame the relationship problems on you. Realize this now and decide if you want to live this way. You already said no, right? Yep, I already said it clearly, and that made him sulk. Since it's you writing the Reddit, I recommend you breaking it off. If it was him writing a Reddit about his GF not wanting to have sex with him after a year of dating, I would recommend him breaking it off. Basically, you two do not seem compatible. You can't really say that he doesn't respect your boundaries because he has respected them for a year. If he didn't, he would have broken up with you a long time ago. But importantly, you do not seem ready for that step, and he definitely is. So, let him go find someone he's more compatible with, and you find someone you're more compatible with. He's not an A for wanting to have sex with his GF of a year, and it's not necessarily manipulative for him to be upset that she continuously rejects him. If you two were in your 50s, I'd say, maybe there is something to work out here. But in your early 20s, you both have so many options. Why try to overcome such a major divide?